welcome to this week's video. This week I wanted to give some tips on how we could shift from a not so great feeling into a good feeling relatively quickly. So I know we're not all walking around with peace in our hearts at all time, and it doesn't feel good when we are inadvertently holding on to a negative emotion. So I've thought of some tips, and these are some tips that I practice myself to quickly shift from a not so great mood or feeling or way of being into a better, more good feeling way of being. So the first tip I have is to raise your vibration. So we're all vibrations. Our thoughts are vibrations, our emotions are vibrations. Each one of us holds our own special signature of vibration. Everything really in the world, in the universe, is vibration. Song, music, thoughts, DNA signature, it's all vibration. So when we're feeling a not so great emotion or thinking a lower thought, we are bringing down our vibration, and it's harder to resonate or bring in a good feeling when we are at the lower vibration. So what we could do to quickly shift from a low vibrating feeling state into a high vibrating feeling state is to do something to raise our vibration. So my suggestions for this would be to either do something, think something, or eat something that is high vibration. So doing something that would be high vibration would be doing something that lights you up, that shifts you into a good feeling state. So going outside would be a good option for that. Nature in and of itself is very high vibrating. So just stepping outside, taking a breath of fresh air, gazing around at nature would automatically raise your vibration. If you have time to spend longer in nature, like go on a nature walk, that would be beneficial as well. And then another option for raising your vibration would be to think something high vibrating. So that would be thinking back to a memory when you were really happy, maybe laying on the beach or on vacation, or just thinking of something that makes you happy, thinking of yourself singing or dancing, or you could actually, singing or dancing could be the tangible things, you could actually do those things. So anything that lights you up, and thinking anything that lights you up. The third option for raising your vibration in this category would be eating something high vibrating. Now that would be something that's from nature. So that could be something green, that could even be some raw cacao, which is raw chocolate. That could be some juice, some fruit, anything that's living or was living from nature would be high vibrating, and something that you find really delicious as well. So if you don't enjoy the taste of raw carrots, then I would maybe choose a Granny Smith apple dipped in almond butter. And then while you're eating it really mindfully and with gratitude. So the first category is to raise your vibration by doing these three things. The second category would be to release. Release anything that you're holding on to, any low thought or emotion or vibration that you're holding on to. We as humans tend to hold on to emotions, and all other beings, animals, they feel an emotion, they feel fear, it's fight or flight, they feel fear, they run from danger, and then they immediately release the fear. Humans don't do that. We usually feel the fear, feel the anger, feel the sadness, and we don't want to feel it because it's painful. So instead of letting the emotion run through our bodies and out of our bodies, it comes into our bodies, we stuff it down, and it stays in us, and then we hold it for a lot longer. So by us stuffing it down and trying to avoid feeling it, we are actually making ourselves feel it longer. So a way in which we could release is just to think of whatever emotion that is bringing you to a low feeling state, whether it be sadness or anger, desperation, grief, or maybe you might not even know what the emotion is. Sometimes when you're really empathic, meaning you take on the energy of others, sometimes you might be in a low feeling state and you don't even know why. You don't even know what emotion you might be feeling. So that's fine. So the only intention here is the intention to release. So what I like to do here is release on the breath. And you could pause the video if you want to during this tip, if this tip resonates with you, and you can do this. So I suggest 5 breaths. On the exhale, on the out breath, you're going to release any emotion or thought or pattern that's not serving you, that you want to get rid of on the out breath. So like I said, you could have an attachment to that emotion. You could know that it's anger, that you tangibly had an argument with your significant other the night before, and you know you want to release the anger. Or you could just be feeling low, and you can just set the intention, I want to release what's not serving. Whatever way you want to go about it, you're going to release it on the out breath. Take 5 breaths. And then when you in-breath, when you inhale, you're going to bring in something that you need to receive. So if you're feeling a not so great emotion, something that you would want to receive would be peace, happiness, joy, something like that. So the out breath, release, the in-breath, receive something that you want to receive. And the thought here is to think peace and then to allow yourself to feel peace on the in-breath. So that would be 5 breaths for the releasing and receiving portion. And if you want to pause the video now and try that, you could definitely do that. The third tip I have is to give gratitude. So giving gratitude for 3 things. So think of 3 things that you are grateful for, and then really feeling into the gratitude for those things. So thinking of what you're grateful for and really feeling into the gratitude for that, and then allowing that gratitude to marinate in your heart space and shift you into a joy feeling space. Because gratitude is the direct link to joy. So that'll quickly shift you out of a negative feeling space into a positive feeling space. The 4th tip I have for quickly shifting into a positive feeling space is to think of 3 things that you love about yourself. So self-love, I really believe, is the foundation for sustaining happiness and fulfillment. So we can have these little blips of happiness and fulfillment in life, but unless we really truly have a deep sense and are grounded into the sense of self-love, deep self-love, I don't really feel like we can sustain a good feeling state because we feel like we don't deserve to sustain a good feeling state. So thinking of 3 things that you love about yourself, either on a surface level or on a deep level, really feel into that and sending yourself a great deal of gratitude and love, and then maybe allowing a smile to come to your face in recognition that, wow, I really am awesome. So those are the 4 tips for quickly shifting from a negative feeling state into a positive feeling state. To recap, do something, eat something, or think something high vibrating. Second tip is to release what's not serving you, and then bring in something that does serve you energetically. Third tip is to give gratitude, thinking of 3 things that you're grateful for, and feeling into the gratitude, allowing it to shift you into joy. And the 4th tip is to think of 3 reasons why you love yourself, and allow those reasons to allow yourself to shift the perspective of how you see yourself, and allow that to shift you into a deep feeling of joy. So I hope this was of service to you. I hope it was helpful. Until next week, much love.